Boca Raton Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona WildCats, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Minisota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Minnesota's offense will go to work first. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
I love the offense coming out, being aggressive on the first play of the game. They're trying to take momentum right away, but the defense was waiting, and they were ready, and they get the interception. You can't start a ball game better than the way the defense just did there.
I'm about to say, the defense loves that they came out like that, too. Like, expecting the pass, played the pass, made the first big play in this ball game, the very first play of the game.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air, it's Fafita. He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Arizona lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack?
Touchdown, Arizona! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is brought down, but there is a flag on the play. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll send the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Leaves it with the back. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. Pulls it in, it's Smith. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll return it from around the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Holding.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll go to the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Fafita. Oh, they're after him. It's on target and complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They'll play it safe and try for 3. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Looking for blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive will open from the 15. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And the Golden Gophers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Trying play action. Got it behind the line. It's Taylor. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Now the play fake. Using a quick game. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Golden Gophers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Fires left. He's got an open man. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
And the Golden Gophers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The play action fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Fit it in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. To the air, it's Fafita. Quick strike complete. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hudson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The WildCats are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold on.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Off play action on 1st down. Complete to the right. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and, man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Golden Gophers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll do it himself. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Golden Gophers with the 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Lindsey. Makes the grab. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, 1st and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Wants to go up top. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about.
Roughing the pass.
So the offense gets an automatic 1st down after the roughing the passer penalty. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Trying to bull his way in. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat-type first half, or as they call it here, just another typical Boca Raton Bowl. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. With that said, let's head back to Reese and the fellas for the conclusion of the Boca Bowl.
The Golden Gophers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be dragged down. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
Finish. You hear teams say it all the time, and that applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things, and that first half needs some more big plays here to get this double.
And you've seen it with bowl games. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in a rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep the foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
Looking to throw on first down. Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Here's the handoff. Oh, what a move. He has the first and still on his feet. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Got his man quickly. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And the WildCats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense you're hoping the run fix going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dropping back, it's Fafita. Throws for the tight end. Caught over the middle, it's Olsen. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona comes out with another first down. They'll move the tight end. The lone back's got it. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He'll go to the sneak. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
That makes the score Arizona 17, Minisota.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Take this one away.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Fires to the tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The give is to Taylor. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Lindsey. Zings it complete to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The number 1 goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had 0 impact in this game.
Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Throws to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. This offense had to feel they were in the weeds a little bit, but they stayed in the fight, and now you get a break, and you feel better about everything.
And isn't it crazy? Sometimes those little breaks you get just create the momentum you need to get back in the football game. It takes a little bit of luck. Got a good break there.
He's got it and still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
When you're trying to protect a lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. And a quick shuffle pass. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fakes to grab. Going for the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Minisota! Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. So after getting into the end zone in that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a man, it's Fafita. Working that left side now. Brought down at the 27, it's a 5-yard pickup on the play.
And that's in Arizona.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Takes the easy one to the back. Turning it on! He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Arizona going back to work with another first down. Might as well give it to him again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it on the move. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minisota offense is headed back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
Right on the money. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
That's a big-time blow, man. Once you get that under that 3-minute mark and you're down by multiple possessions and you've got to put something together, the last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. They'll leave it with him. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. The hand to the running back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Lindsey. The quick out. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there.
Yeah, and you're just running at a time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down, late in the game. I need to force some plays, Palmer, probably down the field.
And if you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss. But you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws? Have at it. Because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game. It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.